Hey guys, John from Heroes World here. I've just been working on the new Warhammer 40,000 Indomitus set. Indomitus. And I just wanted to show you how easy it is to pop these guys together. So I've been building my Necron Warriors. I've got a ton of them done. And I'm down to my last two guys. So I figured I'd just show you how nice these new push fit models are, how easy they go together, and how easy it is to get into this. So I have taken the liberty to clip a lot of the parts off. I'm going to do a quick recap. I'm working on my last two guys, so I'm on the last page here, step 17. I've got these two guys left to do. All right, so I've already clipped everything. This is an optional part here. This is the Flayer, this is the Reaper. You get 10 of each for each sprue, so you have a total of 20 and 20. So you can equip them all with Reapers or all with the Gauss Flare. So the Gauss Flare is the old weapon. The Reaper is the new weapon that's really gonna pack a powerful punch but have shorter range. So I'm gonna build, I've already built a squad of 10 Reapers, and now I just finished a squad of 10 of the old school Flayers. So that's my recommendation. If you're new to the game, do half and half. But once people start playing and getting a hang of it, then you might know exactly what you want to build. But if you're new, it gives you a good mix of the weapons, and then you can mix squads, or you can have one squad of just Flayers or one squad of just the Reapers, and use them that way. So I've done all these parts are being clipped. So I followed the sprues. So the sprues will be marked. In the corner usually. Did I grab one that's not marked? Yeah, this is one of the special characters, so unfortunately this one's not marked. Let's see here. Sorry, here we go. So here's one of the sprues. You can see an H here. So this particular Necron sprue for the Warriors was the B one. So there'll be a B in the corner. Over here you have an optional headpiece. So you can build, use this head or this head, but all the heads are actually all the same, so it doesn't matter. Even this torso piece I found, they're all pretty much the same construction. They just have different kind of like visual flair to it. So you can mess with those. The arms, I'm not 100% sure, but you do usually have to have the matching two arms together. Otherwise you might run into some issues. And the same thing, I already went through this guy here. I just chose I think I chose the first head on each of these pictures, but like I said, you can choose any of the heads if you want. They're all pretty much the same. So let's go. I'm going to show you quickly a recap. So I've got what's left of my sprue here. I've got a pair of clippers, and I'm just going to look for this piece here. So this piece is sprue B 48A. So I tried to make sure nothing was on this sprue so we wouldn't have to take forever to look for this. So you can see here, sorry, this guy is this guy 48A? Oh man, did I just screw this up on camera? No, sorry, 43A. So 43A, this guy here. So I'm gonna try and clip this one on camera. It's gonna be kind of tough. So flat side of your clippers against the model, because you want to get as close a cut as possible. So cut here. Same thing, cut here. Cut here. So right here, you'll see there's like a little nub thing. You need this nub because that's what slots in. So right here. And then this hose, you want to be careful. You don't want to put too much pressure on that little plastic hose. It might snap. And then this guy's free. So I'm going to put this guy over here. And I'm going to grab the other one. So the other one I'm looking for is 48B. So unfortunately I have to go to this sprue with like a ton of pieces still on it. So 48A is here. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, 48A. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So flat side. So because some people I'll see, no matter how many times I tell them, they'll start using the not flat side, and you'll see it doesn't get quite as close. You can, but it's a lot easier to just keep things the same. So if you don't have a good pair of clippers, you can use a sharp pair of scissors. I don't recommend it, but it's definitely can get you done, or a nail clipper. So I'm trying to do this looking through the camera, but I should just look at the piece. There you go. So I'm using a white piece of cardboard here. Normally I do have my Citadel cutting mat here, but it looks kind of messy, so I didn't want to confuse everybody. And then what you have to do after, this is an optional step. You clean the model a little bit. So you can see there's a little bit of nub from where I cut it. So I'm going to use my hobby knife. It's got an edge here that's not sharp, and I can use that to kind of put pressure on the knife to shave off that little nub. And you want to go around and get all of those if you can. Right, so that's done. That's why sometimes you want the cut mat, because if you don't want this knife anywhere near you, then you want to just kind of use this mat and kind of cut towards it. But I'm semi-experienced, so I can hold this and do it. Some people get a little hardcore and use files and sanding sponges to make sure it's really filed down. All right, and that. So now you have your models prepped. So I usually do like a couple piles of these, just because when you take out the knife and stuff, you don't want to have to do for each model. But you know, if you're new to this, or you just want to take your time, then just build one at a time. So here we go. So what happens is you'll look at the overall big step. So this is the big step, which is the body attached to the arms. But you can see there's an inset here, which says build this arm assembly. So we're going to build that first. So this guy here, you'll see there's a hole in the flare here, and then there's a little peg on the handle he's holding. And it only fits one way. It's like notched out in kind of like a, I don't know what you'd say, a circle with a little flat edge. So all you do is pop that in. So I'm just gonna push fit these just so you guys can see how nice, like I'm a huge fan of what they did here. The push fit is so easy. Like I almost wish all models were push fit. Some people don't like it because you don't get to mod and repose and customize your guys. So I'm gonna do this other side as well too. So on the instruction sheet, I'll show you again just for the sake of completeness. Same deal. So it shows the body, shows the arm assembly, and then a little inset showing you the arm assembly. So this is B47, so this is his elbow alone. And then it says choose one of these gun pieces. We happen to choose this guy here. So same deal, there's a nub here. So you can see this one is actually at a slightly different angle than the last one. And then this is your little assembly here. So now that I look at this, this has got a little piece of flash on it. So this is where this piece is so small, you might not want to be anywhere near your hands when you do this. So this is when you might want to put it on a cut mat and give it a little shave. I've cut many a finger with that hobby knife, but you know, that's the hobby life. All right, there you go. All right, so we're gonna go to the next assembly, which was this body piece. And you're gonna take these arms and you're just gonna line them up. You can see here, there's a circular piece on this side, and then this one is kind of more of like a squarish, rectangular diamond shape. You'll see the arms kind of match up. Sorry, I'm filming this on my phone, so hopefully it looks all right. If you guys like these videos, we'll get some nicer equipment. And there you go. So that's in there. I'll do the same for the other side. So if you were going to glue these, you would just add a little bit of glue to wherever the contacts are. So you know what? I'm going to leave this guy, and I'll show you how to glue that guy, and I'll continue building this guy via the push fit method. All right. So the next step is over here, which is put the chest with the head onto the body piece here, right? So, and then the inset over here. So it shows you takes the chest piece and connect one of the two heads you chose. So we're gonna do that. So this is the only tricky part I found about the Necrons here. These warriors, everything else has gone off pretty easily. This piece into here. Sometimes if you hit this at the wrong angle, it just feels like, oh, I got it. It just feels like it doesn't fit. So make sure you just see, you can see his chin. Oh my goodness. His chin is kind of off. Sometimes I thought it was pointing down sometimes, and you just try to push it on, it doesn't go. So now you got, there you go. And then you're gonna take that chest assembly and you're gonna pop it in here. So see, there's a peg here and there's a hole here. So basic science or geometry. And there you go. And you're gonna grab one of your base. So this is the 35 millimeter. There's a chart on your instructions, but it's this one of the smallest bases, but there is one smaller base. So there's a 28 millimeter base in here. So top tip for me is take that smaller base out and separate it, because it goes on this little guy here. I had accidentally glued a warrior to this actually, because I wasn't paying attention. I just grabbed it out of the box. So that's my top tip. So right here, you'll see there's a hole here in the base and a hole in his foot. And this actually is shown in the instructions, but you know, right here. So it tells you what size base and where the hole is. So that yellow part is where you would put your glue. And so I'll glue the other guy just so you guys can see it. And this is cool. Normally they would do a circular hole. They did a hexagonal hole this time. So now the guy was not going to spin around. And there you go. Look at that. You have yourselves a Necron Warrior, and he's pretty sturdy. I'm actually very impressed by this. But I would think once you have this painted and everything, you don't want them falling apart. But if you're a person that likes to take apart your models and paint them in pieces, this is really cool that it pops together so nicely. And this is for like all the models I've built for them so far. They come out like really clean, really nice. So and a lot of them I could have just push fit them. Like you can see there's glue on the base here, just because I'm old school, but I totally could have just shoved this in there and I could have popped them off and did my base and then popped them back on. So I'll do this guy and I'll add a bit of glue. So I've got my Citadel Games Workshop plastic glue. So you do want the matching plastic glue. You can use super glue. The plastic glue is going to fuse the plastic together. So we're just going to reverse engineer this guy a little bit. So yeah, my nozzle's all clogged up. So you see I take it out here. So usually you'll be able to spray the glue out of this little metal nozzle they gave you, which is nice. So I'm going to reverse engineer him. So they come apart pretty good. So this glue here. So I'm just going to put some in this, just touch it here. And you can kind of see it here. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. And if you have a glue that a lot comes out, you might want to just put it on a palette. Use a toothpick to apply it. And I'm just going to push this back in. So you typically want to test fit these. If you want to, live on the edge of your seat, you can knot and just clip everything apart and hope it all fits. So this goes in here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in each of these little sockets. And I'm going to push that in. So plastic glue doesn't really stick to your skin. It just kind of turns gummy. And then here's the head assembly. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Okay, and that is because, remember, so just to show you the steps again, because I'm assuming a lot of you are watching this because you're new. So that was the back piece with the arms. And then we're on to this body with this chest piece that goes into this inset, which has the head glued to it. So and if you're new, I do recommend you get plastic glue to go with this, because super glue is a little less forgiving. There's a little less give. So he's a cool looking dude, missing an eye. And then for this, I'm just going to put a little bit on this peg here. And I just dropped a glob right here. And then we're just going to push this guy together. So this one's a little tricky because you got to watch out. I'm kind of reaching a little bit under here. So this is where you might want to get, like if you got big fingers and stuff like that, or maybe you don't feel as nimble with them, you might want to get a pair of tweezers and maybe, a little kind of stick tool. I don't know what the terminology is for it, but a little metal rod or even like a popsicle stick or something like that might work. And then I'm gonna grab the base. So again, this is the 32 millimeter, which is kind of the new Games Workshop standard size. They used to make a lot of these models on 20, 25 or 28 mil, so they're really small bases. And these Necron guys would be like kind of hanging off the base. I actually have some old warriors lying around. I'll show you after. So for this one, the feet here, the picture here shows the yellow part right here. That's where the main contact's going to happen. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. And I'm actually going to put a little bit on this foot here because that's going to be touching the base as well. And then I'm just going to pop it down like that. There you go. You have a glued Necron Warrior. So I already lost track of the one that I push fit because he's in a pile here with the other ones. I'll figure it out. I think it's this guy here. There you go. So push fit, glued. The push fit is really nice. I'm pretty impressed. I really like it. And this is great because new people are going to get into it. You're going to have to do some work to customize it. There you go. And I'm going to show off the original Necron Warriors. So these are the original Necron Warriors. So these guys are replacing these guys here. And you can see they're not bad. They're a little small. They're a little hunched over. They're on the smaller base, which was kind of annoying because you can see his foot is actually off the base. Like, I don't understand that. That seems like bad model design. But this guy definitely looks more menacing. And there you go. Hopefully I'll come back. If you guys have any questions, post them in the comments. Pretty straightforward. I'll show off some of the other models quickly. And this is a really nice set. So if you're looking to get into it, you'll have to wait till they post some rules things. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. Because this is not considered a starter set. It's considered a box set. So there's some rules that are contained within there. It does come with a rule book. You could figure it out, but it doesn't have like a kind of quick, easy rules where it just kind of runs you through some scenarios like some of the other starter sets. These guys are the bigger guys. They're really nice. And they were all push fit as well too. And I've got like a whole bunch of, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get them off. I just have them in a pile over here. So, and then these are scarab swarms. So this kit is really nice. So, all right. So I'm gonna be pretty much done building very soon. I'm gonna be trying to do one of the more complicated guys for you. So this is original warrior, new warrior, and then hopefully I'll do some painting tutorials and tips. And then my buddy Fatty, hopefully he'll do some marine stuff for you. So he's taking the marine half from me and he's gonna help me out finish that. Sorry, it's not focusing. There you go. Let me see if I can get you guys a really good look at it. All right, thanks for checking in. That's how you snap build these new Necron Warriors. Very easy, very nice, very impressed. I love this push fit. Thanks.